Hi guys, this is Massa from the Great White North. So we continue our deck tech series from the Genesis Championship, and we have a special guest today, Steveo, who is probably maybe the best player in the world, except he didn't win this year, but I still think he's the best player. Hi Steveo.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. So well, thanks for taking the time to talk with me. So I was wondering, I know you have been playing for a long time, but can you tell to our audience, since when have you been playing Genesis?
Since 2018.
Oh wow, that's since Alpha.
Yeah, Alpha.
And why did you jump on the train at that time?
Why? Because I fell in love with this game instantaneously. I had met a Sid at a convention. It was a it's like a collectible comic book convention. He was promoting the game there. Was when I first met him. And then I didn't really, because we were vending that event, I didn't have a time to actually sit down and learn the game that day. So I'd invited him back to my store, and he gave me a breakdown of the game, and I instantaneously fell in love with it and been playing it ever since.
Was it when Sid was wearing suit and tie when he go to shop?
Actually, it was that long ago. I can't really remember if he was wearing a suit and tie that day, but yeah, the guy definitely has class when it comes to his dress.
You can shoot out for your shop. So what's the name of your shop and where are you located?
So the name of my store is Heads or Tails Gaming, and we're located at 131 Erie Ave in Brantford, Ontario.
I see. And you have events there for Genesis, sorry.
Yeah, for Genesis, yeah. Yes, we run it twice a week. Wow. Thursday nights is our regular casual learn to play night. So basically, players can come in and get some practice, and also to get new players involved in the community. So my guys like to teach and teach new people how to play the game and get them involved. However, on Saturdays in the afternoon, we run our organized play events. So it's actually, we do 2 weeks of constructed, and then we do either a sealed or a draft event. So yeah, that's held every Saturday.
So we are starting organized play with my store in December. We are kind of new on the scene, and we are trying to have some events using Discord and webcam, because we are all kind of spread out in Canada. We are on the west, so we are trying to gather everybody that can't go to a big store. So I hope you can join sometimes. It would be nice to have players as good as you.
Yeah, maybe, possibly, if we can get the equipment or whatnot into it.
I will make a video. It's pretty easy, actually. I did it with Will, and it doesn't take so much setup. It's pretty, and after it's pretty cool, because you can play with anybody you want. So yeah, let's talk about the championship. So sadly, you didn't win, right?
No, I did not. I think I finished 7th overall.
Yeah, you lost 1-1, right?
Yeah, the top. Yeah, it was the competition was amazing though. I had such a great time competing. As far as from being the first official Genesis champion this year going in, I wasn't as much focused on myself as far as competing as I was for the rest of my community, and just bringing them to the level of competitiveness that we were anticipating at the championship. So I think I put a little bit more focus on them than I did myself. Compared to the first timeline that I built for the first Genesis championship to this one, it was kind of last minute decision. I was working on a few things, and I just, I'm like, hey, I'm just going to take this and see how far it goes. I wasn't, overly concerned about it.
Talking about this, what did you bring?
Which deck I ended up playing Nubia.
Yeah.
Originally I was, because the first championship I played Raha, and I was considering taking her again this year. But at the very last minute, I had that fear of Raha not having enough aura to handle this timeline that I had built. And I probably should have went with my gut instinct and took Raha instead, because that timeline was actually running Epiphanies, which would have gave me more draw than what Nubia actually has just on her double draw. But I mean, in the long run, for what it's worth, I think it still turned out pretty well.
So what did you run, and what's the goal of the deck?
So basically, it's a very aggro style deck. Not a whole heck of a lot of like mass summons. I know most people for Nubia, they like to run the Angel Retribution, Stone Protectors. But for my timeline, my main two summons were Kabus and Chronowalker.
Okay.
The main two ones, right? And the rest of the timeline, basically, it's all just damage.
Okay.
Mostly bolt shots.
How many bolt shots did you play? I saw a lot of bolt shots. So how many do you run?
Yeah, I think the timeline has like 10 bolt shots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's mostly what the deck is comprised of. However, I know on the flip side of that, it's like bolt shot costing the 4 energy, and with Nubia's double draw, it really works on your timeline a lot. So if you don't get the deck or this timeline to act really fast, it could be your demise in the end, right? So which is some of the issues that I had at the championship.
So you play Kabus and Chronowalker for threat, and Chronowalker is not really a threat, but it's okay.
Well, he's not really a threat. However, he is still a summon.
Yeah,
but he gives you a lot of other options.
Oh,
right?
no,
so you can get out of attacks using him as well. He can give you movement across the battlefield as well. Still by far, and I've mentioned it in some of our streams for our show, by far the number 1 card in the game right now. So, in my opinion. I mean, it's in my opinion, but
and so 10 bolt shot, and what else do you run?
So couple of mind reads.
I saw you were playing mind read.
Mind read. One card that not a lot of players show interest in. However, Torrents.
So
Torrents does, it negates target technique played by a champion in Torrents awareness, and it has a double forward awareness unless they pay 5 energy. So if someone is trying to strike me with a bull shot head on, I could play this, and then they have to spend 5 more energy in order to play the bull shot. So now the bull shot's technically costing them 10 cards, right? Nine cards, right? So they would consider letting it resolve, right, for that amount of energy, right?
And can you talk about mind reading? Because why do you play
mind
it?
Reading?
Yeah, why do you play it?
In the past I've stressed how good this card is. So it's only 3 chi. So it's a great 3 chi balance. You may not want to run a lot of them in your timeline. However, basically what it does is if another champion is around you, which is all around you, they have to play with their cards revealed. So knowing what your opponent's capable of doing at any time gives you an advantage.
Yeah.
Right? A huge advantage in the game.
So you think it's worth it? It's worth a card?
Yeah, it would so if you were planning on doing something and knowing very well that they could have a response to it with what they're holding in their hand, it could change the strategy and really affect them in the long run, right?
I see.
So yeah.
So
absolutely amazing card. You can use it defensively too. So it's like if you play the mind read, it could deter your opponent from getting close to you because they don't want you to see your hand. Their hand, right? So
I think that's kind of like because you're a very good player, you can actually leverage the information more than the
exactly. Alongside the Torrents, though, I was also playing Gale, which is almost the same thing except it's target attack ability, and then they'll have to pay 5 energy to in order for it to go through. So with Bolt Shot, it's not only a technique, it's also an attack.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So if they were to say they declared the Bolt Shot, I play the Torrents. So now they got to pay the 5 energy. Some players are like, it's only 5 cards. They'll actually mill the 5, and then I'll play the Gale. So now they got to pay another 5, right? And basically there's almost a quarter of their timeline gone.
Yeah.
Right?
I think once you put pressure on their timeline, you have to keep focus on that. There is no point in mixing like
exactly.
Aura,
Another one was I didn't play a lot of them. Was Thrust. So this did not see a printing past beta. So you can only play Thrust if you have executed another technique. So this goes with the bull shots. So if I play a bull shot, I can play a Thrust for 2 energy. It does exert me, but it does an additional 4 damage. Yes, so now it's like making the bull shot at 8 damage, right? So it's very effective. However, it does target. So if you could decoy rabbit out or whatnot, or out. But yeah, it can be a very dangerous card. Let's see what else I had in here that was offset.
Any pressure point or shutdown?
I did not run any of those.
So you keep your, I forgot the name of the card you mentioned. You prefer the counter that attacks the opponent's timeline.
Yeah. So it prevents from a cast ability going through. However, I ran Angel's Embrace.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so you gain 4 life.
I like it.
And then I also ran Holy Wall.
Yeah.
Which prevents all damage until the end of the round.
I do like the card. How many do you run?
I think I ran about 5 Holy Walls.
Oh, I have only 3. It's a hard card to get.
It's a very, very good card. And that was it. That's all I ran in this timeline.
What's the goal of your deck? Like, what's the strategy? Like I guess you try to kill the opponent with bull shot. And,
bull shot mostly, yeah.
Is that enough?
Enough of them, yeah. Running it that high. So as I said, it was a bunch of different timelines that I was running prior to the championship that I was taking separate pieces. Bull shot always coming out as number 1 for the timeline itself. So it's was basically get in really quick, start dropping a bunch of bull shots.
Looks like a very kind of, I don't know if it's combo, but like you don't care about the board that much. I feel like you're just trying to bash your opponent until they are dead and not caring about summons too much.
No. So the Kabus was the 3-chi balance to the bull shots. So it would give me a few summons on the field. And if I got into any trouble using the Chronos to get out of any kind of attacks, letting them take the damage rather than me. And then also still being able to use them to do attacks as well, right?
Yeah, so, and how about your sideboard?
The sideboard. So yeah, when I was registering the timeline, so in the sideboard I had Cog Restrict, which prevents. I love this card. Yeah, a very, very good card. If I basically threw this in the forethoughts just in case I faced an AoE deck. So area of effect deck, I could stop them using this. And the other one was
how many do you run?
Down. What's that?
How many cognitive?
How many cogs? I think 1, 2, 3. I had 4 cogs in my forethoughts.
All right. Yeah, you don't want to have like 10.
No, it's not a
and it's expensive.
Because it is expensive, 17 aura, right? But the awareness is really good.
Yeah, I agree.
I had a couple more Chronos, another Holy Wall in the forethoughts, 1 offset card that I know Alex Miller was kind of laughing when I pointed out to him, was Downpour.
So I don't even know this card.
Yeah, so I was kind of beating myself up the fact that I did not. I think it was only during the first match that I brought it in against the Angels. So basically what Downpour does, it's a cast ability. It costs 33 aura, though, to play this. So it is very expensive. Yeah. However, it has a up awareness, but 3 across. Yeah. It does 4 damage to everything in that awareness.
Yeah, that's cool.
For 33. Yeah, so basically the strategy with this card is if so your opponent goes first if they drop summons on both sides of them. If you're able to get up into a position to play this card, right? Yeah, you can wipe out that entire line in their summons, right? So It is a very good card and effective. However, very expensive to play. Right? So you'd want to, be sure 100% that it's going to go through. Right?
No board sweeper, no sandstorm, no tsunami.
No.
All right, YOLO, like just trying to kill your opponent, not wasting time.
Yes. As I said, it was very heavy on the aggro side for a fighter, turning Nubia into the fighter. And I as I says, the Raha build that I had the epiphanies in it. Mm-hmm. Very similar to this timeline, running the same thing, the bull shots, chronos, etc., right? So the epiphany was to help her get that draw. She has the ranged attack, and her awareness is absolutely amazing compared to Nubia. Just not enough aura. She's only got the 95 aura, so which kind of I stepped away from it and went with Nubia instead.
I sucked when I saw you play Nubia. I was thinking you will play a control deck. But that's not really a control deck. That's an aggro deck, right?
Yeah.
And so, talking about matchup, if you play against a control Nubia deck, what's your plan?
I know I faced Steven in the first round out of Dragon's World, and he was playing the Nubia Angel deck. Mm-hmm. And I think we ended up drawing. Like, he took the first round, I took the second. Yeah. And then we didn't have enough time to play the third. But adapting to how he was running it, it was a bit of a struggle because those angels are really difficult to deal with, and especially running the River Nye on top of it, allowing them to gain a little bit of extra health. It took more of my resources to get rid of those, and knowing that very well that they do 5 damage, right? It's and yeah,
that's why I was wondering. And in terms of like, so I know the Idris deck around Blitz, like Balak, is also trying to kill your opponent as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Why would you prefer
dealing with it? It's a bit easier with an aggro deck to deal with Blitz. So if you're holding on to bull shots or chronos or the Holy Wall. So if like say for Idris, for instance, since she's most commonly used for the Blitz, if she jumps up and gets into that position, drops all those Blitz summons, right? You have that Holy Wall, you have those chronos to be able to get out of those attacks, right? So, which again, I can't stress enough how good Chronowalker is in the game.
Oh yeah, no, it's amazing. All right, would you make any change in the deck? I mean, I guess change to Raha.
Would I make any change? Well, actually, with Origins coming up in the spring, it's like I spent all day yesterday. It's like I had so many timelines built that I just mess around with. I just tore them all apart.
Yeah. I think it's worth restarting.
It's more or less looking at the Future League now and what's to come as far as the game with 12 new champions going to be entering in the spring. It's back to the drawing board as far as building new timelines and getting ready for next year.
Talking about that, is there any champion that excites you from Origin?
The Warp Mage.
Yeah, I'm excited about this one. And you can wrap more than one time per turn. Like, it's a swift, it doesn't exert. So I'm excited for this one too.
Yeah, I've already discovered, and I've been playtesting it with a couple of guys in my community, just off of our present card pool for Axon and Thymos. So the card that I created, Necrolich.
But yeah, so this is a good card. But it's not seeing much play, I feel.
Yeah, so the one card that I was focusing on with Necro now, because before I was using the Gilded Stag, is Formosan Gorilla. So when Formosan enters the battlefield, it does 2 damage right away to something in its awareness. So I mean, use of that with Necro it's going to be very difficult to do with. Fun. And it's 2 range damage on top of it, right? So and double forward awareness.
And talking about that, really what is your favorite card in the game?
My favorite card, 100% Bullshot.
Thanks a lot. Oh no, I do have a question. Sure. Your fingers. Do you have the affiliation tattooed on your finger?
I have all affiliations right now, including Phage. Yes, I did get them tattooed on me.
Oh wow, so that's real tattoos, right?
I did them myself actually because I do most of my own tattoos. But I had plans of doing it even prior to, but apparently I got challenged as being the biggest fan of Genesis, right? So like when that happened, I'm like, it was the push to actually do them, right? So yeah, I tattooed all 5 affiliations on my finger.
When you play on camera, it's kind of cool because I was seeing the affiliation on your finger. Well, thanks a lot, Steveo, for taking time with us today.
You're welcome.
And if you have any question for Steveo, you can post in the comments, and I will reach out to him. Yeah, thanks so much. That was really cool. And I hope to have you on the channel again soon.
For sure, anytime. More than welcome to.
Bye, guys.
And good luck with your community and building a community around Genesis. Keep battling.
Yeah, we are battling and we are trying hard. And thanks for your support for that. Thanks a lot.
Not a problem.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.